was working as an auto mechanic at a little private garage. And when I got to work one morning, if you could picture a 6'2" slim Colonel Sanders, snow white hair, snow white goatee, he's standing there waiting on me to get there. And he had, I think it was about a 1972 Chrysler Imperial station wagon. Some of y'all can remember those. That car was 23 feet long. Huge car. And something's wrong with it. I don't remember what. But I started working on it, and this man's name was Mr. Littlejohn, and he's one of these who want to help. You know, he want to hold the light for you, all those things that mechanics don't like. He wanted to do that. So I was talking to him as I was working on his car, and found out both of us like fishing. You know, just one thing led to another. And he told me this story, how that he had caught all these fish on the East Coast, and he wanted to catch a salmon on the West Coast. And he researched it a little bit. And some of you, though, if you'll remember those Galaxy tri-hull boats, he had one of those, a 21-foot Galaxy with a 115 horsepower Mercury motor. That's about as big as you could get back then. And Pastor, he trailered that thing from South Carolina to Washington State by himself, 75 years old. And he told me he'd been in the Coast Guard, and he went and had a two-way ship-to-shore radio installed so that if he got in trouble, he could call the Coast Guard. Well, it's a good thing he did. He went out, and when he got there, he found out he had to go 13 miles out in the Pacific Ocean to fish because the natives out there had fishing rights in territorial waters. By himself, daylight in the morning, lit out the Columbia River, out in the Pacific Ocean, started fishing, and he fell and broke his arm. A big wave threw him over in the boat, and he broke his arm. And he said, you know, I realized I was in big trouble. 13 miles, you can't see land then. And he said, I reached over and got that microphone and said, Mayday, Mayday, and he gave his call sign. Said that Coast Guard operator came right back, called his call sign and said, what's the problem? He told him. And that Coast Guard operator came back and he said it's the worst words he'd ever heard. He said, we're sorry, we don't have anybody to see him. They're all out on search and rescue, nobody'd see him. And he said, preacher, he looked at me, he said, my heart sunk. And Mr. Littlejohn's a Christian man. And he said he was reaching for the microphone again, but said the Coast Guard operator came back and said, called his call sign and said, I want you to know, there's a U.S. Navy destroyer. Said they're just over the horizon from you, and they've indicated they can see you on their radar, and they are making flank speed to get you. Woo, glory. And he said just in a minute or two, he saw that thing coming. And said that captain had it stretched out. You know, the Navy didn't have missions to go on. This was their new mission. He said that Navy destroyer pulled up beside his little boat. They had frog meat in the water. They put a boat in the water. They took the crane and come over and lowered a basket down, got him, picked his little boat up, put it on the deck, found out he'd been in the Coast Guard. And he said they had him in the infirmary, just caring for him. And all the time in my mind, I said, I'm seeing a parallel here. Yeah. And this old song, I've told that story, I don't know how many places. I'd stop working on his car by that time, and I'd say, I was out on the Sea of Despair. But I want you to know about 9/10, Sunday night, August 19th, 1973, the old Ship Ahoy pulled in Greenville, South Carolina, West Parker Road Baptist Church, and Jesus said, all engines stop. And he took me on board. Glory. You listen to the words, see the picture. I was drifting away on life's pitiless sea, and the angry waves threatened my ruin to be. When away at my side, there I dimly descried a stately old vessel and loudly and the captain's kind ear, ever ready to hear, heard my wail of distress as I cried out in fear. Ship ahoy, ship ahoy, as I cried out in fear. Ship ahoy. The good captain commanded a boat to be lowered, and with tender compassion he took me on board. Happy to be all my sins washed away in the blood of my Savior, and now I'm saved. Bless the Lord, bless the Lord, from my soul I can say, bless the Lord. Oh, soul sinking down, neath sin's merciless wave, the strong arm of our captain is mighty to save. Then trust him today, no longer delay, board the old ship of Zion and shout on your way. Jesus said,